Mm-hmm.
Okay, and what did you do there?
Answer to the phone and take appointment, and I was writing the email to the computer. That
Okay, writing emails on the computer.
on the computer.
Yeah. So if you write emails to the computer, then you're talking with
Yeah.
the computer.
Yes, it's true.
But, okay, cool. And I guess that's good. And yeah, what are you plans for this evening? So it's
This evening I am going to the theater at 9 p.m.
nice. That'll be great. What are you gonna see?
Um, hmm, it's Do you remember I went to paint exhibition?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it was uh, at, at, connected with that. It is connected with that.
Okay.
So
Nice.
it's the same actually, but at the theater.
Okay. Cool. Um, yeah, that'll be great. And Luis, welcome to class. Luis, how's it going?
Hello, Joshua. I'm fine, thank you.
Okay, nice. And yeah, so Luis, what have you done today?
I am seeing my grades because I did a test. So I am. There's a system in Brazil where you have to watch to your grades to go to university. So I did this.
Okay. Um, all right, so you're looking at your grades because you took a test, remember we'd say. So we take tests.
I took yes.
Okay, good. And how are your grades look?
It's average. It's not too high, but it's not too low also.
Okay, so they're average, not too high, not too low. All right, that's good. It could be worse, I'm sure, um, but good.
Maybe I can get a place in interior. Maybe there are good universities there as well.
Okay, nice. Well, good, and yeah, good luck.
Thank you.
All right, let's take a look at today's class. And Luis, can you read the title and the next lines?
Galileo Galilei and astronomy. Today we will learn astronomy vocabulary, learn about Galileo, learn space idioms, and read space comics.
Okay, good. Let's go here. And Luis, can you ask Juliet the first question?
Hello, Julieta.
Hi.
Uh, do you know who Galileo was? Explain.
Galileo was a scientist. He was a mathematician and a revolutionary man.
Nice. Well said. Okay. And yeah, Julieta, can you ask Luis the next question?
Luis, do you have a favorite scientist? Why? If not, do you have a favorite subject in science?
Uh, I think Darwin was the was my favorite, and because he make a theory about the evolution, and this bring a lot of theory. They have a lot of development of science because this.
Okay. This brought a lot of development in science, um, or it caused a lot of scientific developments, or maybe it catalyzed scientific developments. Okay. One thing we would change was to the present tense because even though he's dead, um, he
Yeah.
still is your favorite scientist.
Yes.
Okay, and so because of his evolutionary theory. Okay, cool. Juliet, do you have a least favorite subject in science?
Least. Hmm. Maybe psychology.
Okay, why don't you like psychology?
Because I don't like when people want to psychology.
Okay, I don't like when people want to psychoanalyze me.
Psychoanalyze me, yes.
Okay, good. Um, okay, yeah, that looks good. Psychoanalyze.
Psychoanalyze.
I'm not sure why that looks so terrible. Um, yeah, so it's with a Y. Okay, yeah, I'm not really sure, but good. Um, and what about you, Luis? Do you have a least favorite?
Uh, I like mathematics in general.
Okay, I like mathematics
Mathematics, yes.
in general. Okay. Do you have a favorite math? Do you like algebra or
I don't
calculus?
remember the guy, but I saw a movie. I felt very impressed about the guy who make um, game a game theory of the game. I think
Was it A Beautiful Mind?
I don't remember, but the guy was really crazy person. It was not a movie; it was a documentary actually.
Okay.
And the guy was really crazy, and he made so many things that people take centuries to find.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I think it's John Nash. So there was a movie about it, which was A Beautiful Mind, um, about John Nash. And yeah, he did a lot of work in game theory, and he was definitely crazy. But okay. Um, yeah, nice. And Ken, welcome to class. Ken, how's it going?
Yes, I'm fine. How are you?
Doing well, thanks for asking. Okay, and Julieta, can you ask Ken the last question here?
Galileo is famous for defending the Copernican theory, which basically states that the Earth revolves around the Sun. What other scientists are famous for defending theories?
Defending theories, kind of, even it is true, but it was denied in the past.
Yeah,
Okay. Other, maybe I'm not sure.
yeah,
But in the past, people thought the Earth is flat, not round.
yeah, definitely. So people had to, you know, change the perception on the shape of the Earth.
Mhm.
Um, okay, yeah. Um, yeah, I think that's good. Does anybody else have anything to add?
Do you remember the movie that Adela mentioned last time or
No,
two
I still
times
haven't seen
ago?
it.
I saw it. It's
Did
nice.
you?
Yeah,
Okay, cool. What was it called again?
Agora.
Gora. Yeah, I have to um, keep an eye out for it. Okay, good. And let's go to the next page then. Luis, can you read through these words?
Okay, teacher. Vocabulary: astronomy, orbit, eclipse, comet, shooting star, revolve, renaissance, satellites, solar system, galaxy,
Good. Okay. Comet.
comet,
Comet. Uh, maybe Renaissance.
renaissance,
Yeah,
renaissance.
Renaissance. And then maybe satellites.
I know. Maybe I have an idea about satellites because the songs, you know.
Because the sun?
No, because there's a lot of songs.
Oh yeah, there are a lot of songs about satellites.
Because in Portuguese is similar, so it's hard to a Brazilian speak right. You know?
Okay, that makes sense. It's hard for a Brazilian to pronounce it well.
Yes, for Brazilians.
Yeah, well. But okay, I think you did a good job though. Satellites. Okay, and Umberto, welcome to class. Umberto, how are you? All right. Well, while we're waiting, does anybody have any questions about any of these words? Any questions here? Okay. All right. And so, hold on one sec. Ken, can you make a sentence using eclipse?
Okay, I found eclipse before.
I found an eclipse before.
No, not found. Sorry, I've watched eclipse before.
Nice. We're missing an article.
I've an eclipse
Yeah,
or
an
the
eclipse.
eclipse, which is good. And or the.
Yeah. So we'd say. So I've watched an eclipse before.
Okay, an eclipse before. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Good. And Julieta, what about, I don't know, revolve? Can you make a sentence with revolve?
Mm, mm, The moon revolves around the earth.
Nice. Really good sentence. Okay. And Umberto, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Umberto, how's it going?
I'm fine. Thank you.
Okay, nice. Good to hear. Okay, and I think we're good on this page. Let's try some verb conjugations. Umberto, can you read the first sentence with the correct verb?
Okay. Uh, Earth mm, uh, revolve around the sun.
Yeah, we need the, because this is the third person, remember. What else do we need? Umberto?
I don't know.
For the third person singular?
Earth revolve. Uh, revolve it.
Okay, close. Not quite.
I don't know.
Okay. Who can help him out?
Yes.
Revolve.
Yeah,
S.
revolves. So we need an S here. So remember in the first person, second person, but in the third person, we do have to add the S. So third person singular, we have to add an S. Can you repeat that sentence one more time, Umberto?
Okay. Earth revolves around the sun.
Good. Okay, and Luis, can you try the next one?
Wow. The moon revolve.
Ooh, sorry.
Okay.
Gosh, I can't type that. So that's the word.
Okay. To eclipse the sun.
But we need to conjugate it.
The sun eclipsed in the past. The moon. Okay. Will eclipse
Mhm.
the sun on the 21st of August 2017.
Yeah, and then we'd say the 21st.
21st.
Yeah, and then 2017.
21st of August 2017. Okay.
Good. Ken, can you try the next one?
Okay, I've seen close to 10 shooting stars already. It must be a meteor shower.
Yeah, and meteor.
A meteor shower.
Yeah, good. Really nice job. Juliet, what about the next one?
People say Galileo dropped two cannonballs of different masses from the Tower of Pisa to show that the speed of descent was independent of mass.
Yeah. Or to show that A is independent of mass. But what's that mean? This last part.
That the the mass of actually yes, the mass of the mass of two balls are not I can't explain it to you. That uh, uh, mm, they is independent. Okay, the speed is independent. No, not the speed. Yeah, the speed is independent. No, at two chords drop with the same speed, not depending of the mass. Oh man.
Yeah. Yeah, so that two bodies, you said, follow at the same speed no matter what their mass is.
Mhm.
Good. Really, that's exactly right, Julieta. Okay, and this is it's potentially an urban legend, so it's not really verified. So yeah, Carlos, gravity. Umberto, what about the next one?
Astronomers study studied the sky for thousands.
So the verb is to study, but we need to change the tense.
Studied.
Anybody help him out?
Have been studying.
Have been studying? Yeah. Yeah. Good. Can you repeat that sentence, Umberto?
Astronomers have been studying the sky for thousands of years.
Yeah. Okay. And yeah, so I guess, Ken, you were asking if it's weight. Mass and weight are a little bit different. So weight changes based on where you are, but mass doesn't. So yeah, you can measure mass in weight, but you know, mass doesn't
Yeah,
change. The mass of an object
maybe.
is like the measure
Oh,
of atoms, maybe in an object, almost.
yeah, or even the same object, the weight is different on the moon and on the earth.
Yeah, the weight is different on the moon or on Earth, but the mass is the same. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I got it. Yes, thank you.
Okay. And Umberto, does this make sense? Do you understand the present perfect progressive?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. And Luis, what about the next one?
Humans have a little over 2,000, wow, 2,200 satellites orbiting the Earth. Okay.
Yeah.
2,200. I said right, teacher?
Yeah, you said 2,200,
Okay.
which works.
Okay.
2,200 would work as well.
Which is more common, more used? Which one?
The more really, they're pretty interchangeable. 2,200 is common. 2,200 is really common. Yeah, it depends on who you're
Okay.
talking to.
That's okay.
Good question, though. Does anybody have any questions on this page? Okay, and good. I think we could do some reading. I think we've got a pretty good handle on that. Let's do this. Ken, can you read this?
Yeah, and yet it moves, or albeit it does move. Italian, eppure si move is a phrase said to have been uttered before the Inquisition by the Italian mathematician, physicist, and philosopher Galileo Galilei, 1564–1642, in 1633, after being forced to recount his claim that Earth moves around the Sun. In this context, the implication of the phrase is, despite this recantation, the Church's proclamation to the contrary, or any other conviction or doctrine of men, the Earth does, in fact, move around the Sun, and not vice versa. As such, the phrase is used today as sort of a retort implying that it doesn't matter what you believe or what I say. These are the facts.
Yeah, that was good. Really good reading. There's a lot of tricky words here. It's kind of, uh, yeah, convoluted in the middle, albeit.
Albeit.
Yeah, and recantation.
Recantation.
Yeah. Okay. And I think other than that, you did a pretty good job. Does anybody have
What
any
is
questions? Yeah.
what is recantation?
So when you go back on something, so when you recant, it means to sing again, pretty much from Latin. So you'd be looking at like cant is to like say or sing, and so you're just suing it again. Pretty much it's just changing your opinion or changing your mind, um, reversing your opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Um, okay. And any others questions? Okay. Okay. Good. And let's go on. Let's look at these. And Julieta, can you read the title?
Space idioms. What do you think the idiom mean?
Good. Umberto, do you have any ideas what the first idiom might mean?
No, I don't have any idea what does it mean.
Okay. Julieta, what about you? Space cadet.
Space cadet is someone who is absent-minded
Hmm?
and who easily forget things.
Yeah. Luis, how do you use this in a sentence? Luis? Okay, maybe Umberto. What about you? Could you use it in a sentence?
Yes. Well, maybe. Uh, Most of the time, my grandma is space cadet.
Of the time my grandma is a space cadet. Okay, that's not a very nice thing to say about your grandma, but good. That would work. Um, okay. What about the next one, Luis? Okay, what about the next one, Ken?
Okay, once in a blue moon. I think it's means that means very rare.
Yeah, very rarely, maybe.
Very. Mhm.
Okay, and can you use it in a sentence?
Yes. Once in a blue moon. Uh, I've I've seen an eclipse. It was a once in a blue moon event.
Nice. Okay. I've seen an eclipse. It was a once in a blue moon event. Good. And again, I don't know why I can't spell eclipse. Um, yeah, that was perfect. And what about the next one, Julieta?
Aim for the stars. It means to have big dreams and to aspire big goals.
Yeah, to aspire to big goals.
To big goals.
Okay. How would you use that in a sentence?
Mm. She aims for the stars and she wants to become president.
Okay. She aims for the stars and she wants to become president. This is good. This makes it sound like they're two different things.
Mhm.
So it's like she aims for the stars, and apart from that, she also wants to be president. So it makes it sound like they're not very related.
Mm.
How would you reword this sentence?
Without the end? No.
I think I would use the present progressive.
She's aiming?
Yeah. She's aiming for the stars, and she's aiming for the stars. And maybe instead of using the and, I'd use a semicolon. She wants to be president. Could you repeat that?
She is aiming for the stars. She wants to become president.
Yeah. And I think that sounded a little bit better. Does that make sense, Julieta?
Yes.
Yeah. So, yeah, the first one, it's like two different things. Like, she runs track, and she wants to be the president. It's like they are together in the same sentence, but they don't really relate. Even though, obviously they do. But, yeah. Really good sentence, though. Umberto, what about you? Can you make a sentence with one of these three idioms? So make a sentence with one of the three.
Hmm. Okay. Peruvian soccer team once in a blue moon uh, won a game.
Once in a blue moon, won a game.
Peruvian soccer team once in a blue moon
Uh,
won a game.
okay, we would want to change the location of this. And we need to make it into the present tense. So we need to change the spot in the sentence and put it into the present tense.
Won a game?
Okay, so one is the past tense.
Win a game.
Good,
Win a
and it's the third person. Win, how do we change win? Humberto, do you understand?
uh, yes. But,
So the team win, what do we add at the end?
hmm,
It's just one letter. Okay, so we call it the third person S. So
Wins
remember,
again?
third person, yeah, wins. So the third person S is always in the present tense, singular, third person. So right here, the team wins. He wins. She wins, or it wins. So we always add the S to those words. And we changed wins a game after the Peruvian soccer team wins a game once in a blue moon.
Okay.
Can you read that sentence one more time, Humberto?
The Peruvian soccer team wins a game once in a blue moon.
Nice. Really good. Okay.
Okay.
And Luis, are you back?
Yes.
Okay. Luis, can you try a sentence as well? Using one of these three idioms.
Yes. In order to achieve big things, aim for stars.
Aim for the stars.
For the stars. Okay.
Yeah, in order to achieve big things, aim for the stars. Good. Okay. And does anybody have any questions on this page? Are we all set? Okay. And let's have Umberto, can you read the quotation?
Okay. With regard to matter requiring thought, the less people know and understand about them, the more positively they attempt to art condemning them.
Okay. Positively, the more positively.
Positively
Yeah, and argue.
argue.
Yeah, argue.
Argue.
Concerning. Okay, and Umberto, can you ask Julieta the question?
The first question.
Yeah, just this question here.
Julieta, what do you think this means? Explain.
It means that people are lazy to understand matter requiring thought, but despite that, the less they understand, the most they can argue about them.
Yeah, the more, not the most, the
More.
more. Argue. Um, um, yeah, so, yeah, I guess. I mean, you understand why you couldn't use most here?
Mhm.
Okay, yeah. So I was trying to think of a way to explain it. Nothing came to mind quickly, but okay. And Luis, do you think this is true? Do you think this is true?
Let me see here. I agree. I agree, teacher.
Okay. Can you explain why you agree?
It means it's because they don't understand and they are not humble sufficient to admit, so they start uh, to argue, you know.
Okay. Argue. Argue.
Argue.
Yeah. So yeah, people aren't sufficiently humble to admit that they don't understand, so they start to argue. Okay, generally, I think that definitely happens. Yeah,
Yeah,
and
Josh. Deep inside, they know they are wrong, but they don't admit. Especially if they are in charge or something, because there is a uh, they can be like if they admit they are wrong, people you everything's fall apart. His leadership will be questioned. You know?
yeah,
This has to do with insecure, being insecure. You know? Yes,
yeah,
insecurity.
yeah. I think a lot of the time it does have to do with insecurity, for sure. Really good. Juliet, can you give me an anecdote in your life where you've seen something like this happen, or do you think that it doesn't happen?
Yes, I have two cousins, and this summer they were argue about uh, good manner. I mean, when you have to uh, when you invite someone, how you have to take care of people. So actually, they knew that, in my opinion, they had the same idea, but despite that, um, they were argue because they didn't want uh, to be in peace. They didn't want you um, to accept they have the same idea.
Okay, so they pretty much were just arguing for the sake of arguing.
Mhm.
Yeah, they didn't want to accept that they agreed. I think is good.
Yeah.
Okay, and then, in my opinion, we'd use that as a prepositional phrase. They knew, in my opinion, that they had the same idea, but despite that, they were arguing because they didn't want to accept that they agreed. Okay, yeah, good. I think argument for the sake of argument. Um,
Argue for
maybe,
argue. Yeah.
yeah, I think it's a little bit different,
Yeah.
but I think it's a good anecdote regardless. Um, okay, and let's go on. Let's look at another one. Um, okay, so we could either look at this comic or in the chat box there's another quotation from Galileo. Which would you guys rather discuss? Luis, would you rather discuss the comic or the quotation?
I'm reading the comic. I think comic
Okay.
can be funny. I don't know.
Okay, and so let's have Julieta, can you play the tiger? And Luis, can you play the little boy?
Okay.
What a clear night. Look at all stars, million of them.
Yes, we are just teeny specks on a planet particle, hurtling through the infinite blackness. Tiny, tiny.
Tiny.
Okay.
And the
Let's
last,
go.
good. Sorry, go ahead.
Let's go in. Let's go in and turn on all the lights.
Good. And Julieta, can you ask Luis the first question?
Luis, what is happening in the comic? Do you like looking at the stars?
And but I have some interest in the past, but today I don't have much interest. But what is happening in this comic? They are observing the stars, talking about it.
Okay. What happens over the course of the comic? What changes?
The kid have another interpretation.
What do you mean?
I don't know. I am not sure if I understand the comics.
Okay. Juliet, do you think you can help him out?
Sorry, there is an ambulance that is going back and forth.
Oh no.
So, yeah. Um, so, oh man.
um. Okay, and maybe Luis. Why does he go in and turn on all the lights? Do you think? Why does he want to turn on
Yes,
all the
it's
lights?
because it's like ironic. Can be ironic or can be just he don't understand because he says there is an infinite blackness. So
Hmm.
he thought was just turn on the lights and the problem was solved.
Yeah, I think to some extent the problem is solved. How does it solve the problem? Because Calvin's pretty smart, so I don't think he thinks that his lights are gonna solve the blackness of infinity. But yeah, what's he think? What's it? His plan? Why does he go turn on all the lights? Julieta, what do you think?
Um, he wants just to don't think.
Yeah.
Doesn't.
So
Yeah. He doesn't want to think.
yeah, he just doesn't want to think about it. So his way of like having a realization and then being like, I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
To turn on all the lights. Um, so yeah, he just wants to remain ignorant again to some extent. Does that make sense,
Mhm.
Luis?
Yes, I am getting slowly.
Okay.
That's funny. That's really funny.
Yeah. Um, I think it's a good one. Do you have anything else to add, Julieta?
No, I don't have.
Okay. And what about you, Julieta? I know Luis said he doesn't really look at the stars anymore. Do you like looking at the stars?
Yes, I like looking at the stars.
Okay.
I look at the stars a lot of times. I
Okay. And
think
you
it's
keep
yes,
going.
yes, no, please. Yeah,
No, sorry.
I think it relaxes me. Sometimes it catches me, and I can stay hours looking at the stars.
Yeah. Hours. Good. Yeah. Really good answer. And Luis, you said you used to like looking at the stars, but you don't do it very much anymore. So what changed? What happened, do you think?
I think when I was younger, I have some curiosity about it, but after I'm becoming old, I changed.
Okay. Do you
I'm
think?
not too much curious about this.
Okay. We would say I'm not too curious about it anymore. I'm
Mm.
not too curious about it. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. And I guess let's read the quotation in the chat box. Juliet, can you read the quotation in the chat?
I have never met a man so ignorant that I couldn't learn something from him.
Good. And Luis, what do you think about that? Luis?
I didn't heard you call me. It means that there is always somebody that can teach you something. You always have something to learn from people. Oh, sorry. I think it's the opposite.
Can you go ahead and explain it one more time then?
I think we can learn always something,
Yeah, so there's always something to learn?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, from anybody. Good. And so we're unfortunately out of time. I've got another class right after this. If you guys want to join, I'd love to have you. But thanks for coming in, and hopefully I'll see you again soon.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye, guys.